may be seated. Good morning. What a wonderful day to celebrate what God has done in the lives of these graduates. I'm Carol Green. I'm Vice President for Academic Affairs, and on behalf of President Ellis and the Spring Arbor University Board of Trustees and administration and faculty and staff, it is my sincere pleasure to officially convene this commencement ceremony. In our culture today, we have very few times in our lives when we stop and gather together in a formal way to mark an accomplishment or achievement. University graduates are one of those events because it is appropriate to recognize the significant accomplishment of getting a university degree. Today, between our two ceremonies, we have over 500 students who are graduating today. It's truly a special day. I would like to start this morning with a brief video from our president, Dr. Ellis, who could not be here today.
Hello, Spring Arbor University graduates. I wish I was there with you today. And there are a few things that would take me away from this special day. But I'm about 9 hours south in Tennessee, where I'm about ready to watch my own son, Charlie, walk across the stage and receive his undergraduate diploma. And so, rather than being on the stage and shaking your hand, I'm going to be sitting in an audience watching my son shake another president's hand. But I wish I was with you because I know what this day means for you. And I remember whether it was a couple years ago as you transferred in or whether it was 4 or 5 years ago when we received you into our community, gathered around the plaza doing our ribbon cutting and saying, welcome into our community of learners. We have an exciting plan for you, to invest in you and to call out what is best in you and to help you think through and see our world differently and to prepare today to be sent out as critical participants in a contemporary world. And I'm so excited to see how God is going to use you to impact this world for Him, for His glory and for His honor. And so on behalf of Spring Arbor University, our Board of Trustees, our faculty and staff, congratulations. We are so proud of you.
Graduates, getting this degree, I know, is the accumulation of many years of hard work and preparation. And I know how important your families and parents and grandparents and all of those who have gathered here with you today, how important they were to this effort. So I want to first extend a very special welcome to all of the family members in the audience. If you will just recognize if you're a family member of one of our graduates, so that we can give you a very special welcome and thank you. Stand up, family members. Thank you. I would also like to recognize our university board members and our vice presidents. If you'll please stand. Thank you for your leadership. And certainly I need to recognize our faculty. Our faculty, please stand. Our faculty too. Thank you. Our faculty do an amazing job at weaving together a strong academic program and genuine concern for our students, and I sincerely appreciate everything that you do, everything that you've done for these graduates and the way that you've poured into them. Graduates, class of 2019, this is your day. Sit back, relax, enjoy this. All of these people have come here today to recognize what you have accomplished. Through your efforts, you've developed your mind and your spirit so that you can make a difference in the lives of people around you and be critical participants in today's world. And you are ready for the next step. Commencement does not mark the ending of your degree. It's more like the beginning of the rest of your life, the rest of your career, all of those areas that you're going to make a wider impact. And we are so proud that we will have you as our alumni. Because while you've been here, you've proven that you are intelligent people, that you not only are smart, but that you have determination and courage and heart, and we appreciate that. And now you're ready for the next challenge. So enjoy this day. May God go with you and give you strength and wisdom as you tackle every challenge that comes. Thank you for being part of Spring Arbor University. We now have the opportunity to hear from our graduate speaker, Melanie Adema, and then to hear Andrew Bowling perform a beautiful musical piece that he composed himself. Melanie.
Whew. Good morning. Well, we made it. Today we are here to celebrate all that we have accomplished the last 3, 4, 5 years, and while the road wasn't always easy, it will all have been well worth it when we walk across the stage. I have known about Spring Arbor University since I was about 8 years old. I've had quite a few family members come through here, most notably my older sister, my older brother, and my younger brother who is currently a sophomore. That's right, the Adema family is 4 for 4 here at SAU. Although, I wouldn't have had it that way 4 years ago. See, I didn't want to come here. I had plans to attend a different university. But, as we've all come to know, God's plans are bigger, better, and higher than our own, and He had a different plan for my life. With God's guidance, their obedience to His will, and their unconditional love for me, my parents decided it was best that I attend Spring Arbor University. And again, like we've all come to realize, our parents are always right. They knew this was the best place for me, and I can proudly say that coming here has been the biggest blessing in my life, and I would not have traded the last 4 years for anything. Now, I still haven't told my parents they were right, nor have I thanked them for their decision, so Mom and Dad, thanks. Thank you for encouraging me to follow God's will for my life. You could have said I told you so after the first week here, but you didn't, because you knew that I knew this is where I was supposed to be. So now, I want you to think why you came to Spring Arbor University. Maybe you were forced to come here. Maybe you received an athletic scholarship. Maybe you wanted the small Christian community, or maybe you just wanted to get your degree and get out. Whatever the reason you may be, you still came to Spring Arbor University, and you are now sitting here about to receive your diploma. You probably had a plan for when you got here, an image of what your college career would look like, the people you would meet, the workout plan you would have to prevent the freshman 15, or the spreadsheet you would have to manage your time. We all had an image of what we wanted our college experience to look like, and yet I can guarantee that none of our images matched up with reality. As high school seniors, we could have never imagined the opportunities we've been given, the experiences we've had here, the people we've met, or the personal growth we've seen in ourselves. I bet the women's soccer players and men's basketball players didn't think they'd win national championships. I bet we never imagined we would have seen the elephant on top of the library. And I can assure you that I would have laughed in your face had you told me I would be standing before you today giving the speech. There is no doubt that our experiences here have shaped who we are today. But our experiences themselves have been shaped by another outside factor, a factor that we may have overlooked, forgetting the importance of it in the role of our growth. And that factor is the campus, mission, and concept of Spring Arbor University. I believe we are all indebted to Spring Arbor University, and not just in our student loans. I believe we owe this place for its impact on every aspect of our lives. Whether we wanted it to or not, for better or for worse, this place has made a mark on us. Some of us have found our calling here. Some of us have gotten to perform on stage here. Some of us have faced tragedy in our time here. And some of us even found our spouses here. I'm still looking for mine, but oh well. The internships, jobs, and leadership positions provided by this university are second to none. I, for one, have received numerous opportunities in my chosen major of education, in my passion for athletics, and in my love for connecting with people, and I am forever grateful for those opportunities. I've also had the privilege of meeting my best friends here, as well as countless other individuals who have changed my life forever, most of who are in this gymnasium. Spring Arbor University has taught us many life lessons that will help us navigate adulthood in the coming months. But I believe the most important lesson we have learned here is how to emulate Christ's example of humility and complete selflessness. Christ humbled himself to that of a servant, and I believe we are surrounded by this servant nature here on this campus. I believe the most prominent example of this servitude is found in our professors and faculty. Across all majors and academic programs, our professors have shown us this selfless nature, doing anything and everything to help us succeed in the classroom and beyond. I can attest to the selflessness of the education professors who have spent enormous amounts of time, energy, and money into students like myself, and I am forever grateful for them and their sacrifices. This genuine example of unselfishness starts at the top here at Spring Arbor University, and it trickles down to its employees and eventually to its students, creating an environment where serving one another is almost second nature. The authenticity of students and faculty is what sets this university apart and captures the hearts of those visiting. I think we tend to take our time here for granted. This place has been our home for the last few years, and I think we forget that our time as college students eventually comes to an end. It's hard to believe that it will have been 4 years ago this fall that most of us stood around the plaza for the cutting of the ribbon ceremony. From that moment at the plaza to the cutting of the ivy last night at Baccalaureate, we couldn't have imagined how much we would grow, the trials we would face, or the victories we would celebrate. And Spring Arbor University has been the home for all of it. We ought to be forever grateful for how this institution has challenged us in every facet of our lives. And while leaving this place may be exciting for some and scary for others, I believe SAU has molded us into who we are and prepared us for the next step in our journey. When we walk across the stage in a few moments, we will receive our piece of paper and go on with our lives. But I believe we are leaving this place with so much more than just a piece of paper. As we leave Spring Arbor University, my hope and prayer is that we take what we have learned here and use it to further God's kingdom here on earth. I pray that we take our selfless nature into our future workplaces, our future families, and our future communities so others can see Christ through our actions. And finally, I pray that we never forget what this place has done for us and that we proudly proclaim that we are alumni of Spring Arbor University. Thank you.
Well, that was amazing, wasn't it? Melanie, thank you so much, and Andrew, thank you. That, especially with that being those original compositions, that was a joy. Thank you. I'm excited to introduce this morning's speaker. Brian Calley is the president of the Small Business Association of Michigan, where he's able to put his passion for Michigan's small businesses front and center. Brian had the honor of serving as Michigan's 63rd Lieutenant Governor from 2011 to 2018. During that time, he played an integral role in Michigan's comeback and partnership with Governor Rick Snyder. During his tenure, more than 555,000 jobs were created, and Michigan saw the lowest unemployment rate in 18 years. As Michigan's Lieutenant Governor, he also spearheaded regulatory reform, infrastructure improvement, and employee engagement efforts. Brian has been honored as one of Crain's Detroit Businesses 40 Under 40 and has received recognition for his leadership by organizations across the state, including the Small Business Association of Michigan, Special Olympics of Michigan, the Michigan Manufacturers Association, and the Mental Health Association. Please join me in welcoming our 2019 commencement speaker, Brian Calley.
Well, thank you so much. It's always, I count it as a special, special honor to join with people that are marking such a momentous occasion in your lives. So first I want to say congratulations. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, although it was about the time you were born when I was in your shoes, and trust me, you'll know what I mean soon. But I want to impress upon you that this really isn't the end of anything, or this isn't the end of anything, it is instead a different beginning. In fact, it's not even the end of your learning. You're going to go on to learn so much more as you move forward. It was really that the opening speaker, it was really a joy to hear that, the revelation that your parents were right. Usually it takes a few more years to figure that out. If you haven't gotten there yet, just hold tight for a little while longer. But this journey is the amazing part of it, this pursuit of your best self. That's where you're going to have the greatest adventures. And it's a destination, that pursuit of your best self is a destination that you won't really ever reach here on planet Earth anyway. But your best work will come when you aim higher and commit yourself to loving God and loving others. So I hope you have a mindset as you leave this place of changing the world, literally changing the world for the better. Our nation has kept a promise to each generation for literally hundreds of years. It's kind of an unwritten, informal promise that now you are a part of keeping, and that is that you will leave an America that is stronger and more prosperous and has more security than we ourselves had. And while sometimes there are times when that promise seems like it's in jeopardy, each generation can make the difference and keep it for those who come later. But it takes sacrifice and perseverance and hard work and keeping your eye on the horizon in order to make it happen. So I have two main parts. The first will come really quick, and that is I want to give you very practical advice on how you can start off on the right foot from wherever you go from here. Guaranteed way that you can start off on the right foot. Now, it's going to go quick, so you're going to have to listen carefully. All right? These are the secrets to success that I guarantee you will start you off on the right foot for wherever you go from here. Number one, pass the drug test. Pass the drug test. Number two, show up on time. Show up on time, all right? Pass the drug test, show up on time. Number three, do what is expected of you in that role. Those three things. If you do those things 2 weeks after you're hired, there will be meetings among the management people that say, can you believe how extraordinary this new person is? It's been 2 weeks. They've shown up every single day. And the others will be like, get out, I can't believe that. Seriously? No, show up every day. Not only that, they do what's expected of them, what we ask, and we don't even have to justify it to them. They just do what is expected. Just getting started off on the right foot, it's really not all that complicated. And you really can stand out. The fact that you're able to go through a degree program with as high standards as Spring Arbor has tells me that you have what it takes to go from here and do really, really well. But I want to talk to you about some things that are a little bit more important than that, things that really are out on the horizon, things that will make a difference over the long term in your life. Because I have every bit of confidence in the world that you are going to start off on the right foot. But over the long term, the first point I want to make is that as you go forward, you're going to experience disappointments and setbacks. Some of you experience that during these degree programs. Others will straight away going from here because you're not going to land in the place that you wanted or you imagined yourself being. And others of you are going to be thrilled with what you do from here, but life will happen. And part of living in a lost and a fallen world is that there are going to be disappointments and failures and setbacks and struggles and obstacles that you face along the way. And I don't want you to fear this, because it's in the failures that your character is truly, truly revealed. When you have an opportunity to show what you're actually made of. See, it doesn't take a lot of strength when everything is going right. When everything's going right, you're cruising along. I remember when I was into my, it was actually in my late 20s before I had what I consider to be a real serious, challenging obstacle in front of me. I seemed to live a charmed life before then. Like everything just worked out. I didn't even know how to pray. You know, my prayer life was something like this. It'd be like, God, thank you so much that everything goes so well in my life. Thank you for the intelligence that you've given me and the hard work and determination that I don't need anything. And I got this. I'm all set. Please help all those other people that need help. Right? I never prayed exactly those things, but that was my attitude toward it at the time, because I hadn't really experienced a serious setback or a failure in my life. But when you do, that's when you're really put to the test. And that is where your character will be revealed in a way that it can't be when everything is moving along smoothly. And so you're going to keep on moving forward. Are you going to maintain your testimony? Or will you be a quitter? There's a great philosopher by the name of Rocky Balboa who said, it's not how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. I want you to have the type of perseverance to take the kind of punches that life sometimes throws at you and keep moving forward. Second, I want you to love what you do. I really do want you to love what you do. And if you haven't found it yet, I would encourage you to keep on looking. But, and if there is nothing else that you take away from this talk that we have here today, I want you to take away this point, right, this next part. So if you've been texting or not paying attention or taking selfies or whatever, just hold it for just a minute, because this is the most important part. Not liking the place where you are right now is not an excuse to not give it your all. Wherever you're at, there's a difference that you can make in that exact space, right? You can sometimes waste your whole life waiting for the perfect thing and miss the best pathway that's laid out in front of you. And sometimes it can be so obvious, but you don't see it because you're blinded by that thing, that the way that you thought it was supposed to be, and it just didn't turn out that way. There's a story of a man who was listening to the radio, and he heard an emergency service alert. And it said that there were heavy rains in the mountains and heavy runoff, and a flood was coming his way. He lived next to the river in a valley, and there was an emergency evacuation. And he said, well, I have faith that God will deliver me. He turned off the radio. And not long after, the neighbor come over and knocked on his door, and he said, he said, the river is rising and it's an emergency. We have to go. And he said, but I have faith. I have faith that God will deliver me from this flood. And so the neighbor left. And pretty soon the water had come right up to the house. And the sheriff pulled up and he said, the road is about to be overtaken and you won't be able to get out. We have to leave, to be evacuated. And he said, well, I appreciate your service, but see, I have faith that God will deliver me from this flood. And then pretty soon the flood went into the house and he got up on the roof. And yet still he was not deterred. And the National Guard came in a boat. And they said, please get in the boat because your house is about to be swept away. The river is not crested yet. And he said, but I have faith that I will be delivered. And he wouldn't get in the boat. And so not long after that, the river sweeps away the house and he along with it, and he drowns. And then up, when he has a chance to get all his questions answered, he says, God, why? I had faith. I had faith that you would deliver me, and yet you didn't. Why? And the answer was, well, I sent a newscast, I sent your neighbor, I sent the sheriff, I sent the National Guard, and you wouldn't listen. Right? Sometimes we can miss the obvious path that is right there in front of you because it's not the path that you were imagining that it could be. And I don't want you to miss the opportunities that are put in this grand plan that you are a part of, because it doesn't match up exactly how you imagined it. You know, I'm 42 now, which is like really super old compared to you. So even at my age, but especially at your age, you can't even imagine how amazing some things can be and some pathways can be, because you just haven't experienced it yet. Be open to different things and how you think it's supposed to be. Finally, don't assume that you're not exactly where you're supposed to be, even if that place doesn't feel good at all. There was a prolific author that we know as Paul from like the Bible Paul. And Paul was recruited into the ministry by Jesus Christ himself in a very extraordinary way. And yet many of the letters that we consider to be the books of the New Testament were actually written from prison. So Paul was imprisoned for doing what he was supposed to be doing, what he knew he needed to do. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was recruited to be a missionary by Jesus, I would kind of expect that I would end up being like the pastor of a megachurch or something, that I'd have like TV contracts and a big pastoral staff, and everything would be pretty awesome, right? Except for here's Paul in prison. And by the time he was in prison several times, by the way, he was in prison several times. Today we'd say that the Roman prison system had a bad recidivism rate, right? Because he's in and out of prison all the time. He wrote this letter that we know as the book of Philippians, and this was a letter that we don't know exactly which time of imprisonment he wrote it in. Lately, people kind of think the second, because you get a sense from the writing that he knows that his life on earth is getting near the end. This is my favorite book. My life verse, Philippians 1:20, Philippians chapter 1, verse 20, according to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Christ shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death. The audacity of Paul to talk about hope and confidence when he's sitting in jail. Verse 21, you know, for me to live is Christ and to die is gain. I love this book. I heard a sermon recently, and the pastor said, we're going to be in Philippians today. And I thought, oh, great, I love Philippians. I'm not going to learn anything new because I know everything about Philippians, but That's great. All these other people are going to just really get something good today. And he says, turn to chapter 4. Oh, yeah, chapter 4, that's great. And he says, we're going to start in verse 20. Wait, verse 20? That's the end. Remember, these are letters. These are letters. And Paul, he's kind of wordy, at the end and at the beginning. So when he says, hi, this is Paul, he says, take a couple sentences to say it. And at the end, when he says, sincerely, Paul, have a great day, he takes several verses to say that too. I never really paid much attention to the beginning and to the end. The pastor says, go right to the very end. Verse 20, chapter 4, verse 20 says, now to our God and Father be the glory forever and ever. Amen. Greet every saint in Christ Jesus. The brethren who are with me greet you. The brethren, the other believers, who are with me greet you. All the saints greet you, especially those of Caesar's household. All the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ be with you with your spirit. All the saints greet you, especially those of Caesar's household. Now, Paul was not a guest in Caesar's house. Remember who Caesar is? Like the boss of the Romans. And Paul is imprisoned by the Romans. So who in Caesar's household would he even have any contact with? These would be the Roman guards. So Paul's in prison, and he's about two things that we know for sure. One is that his witness and his job as a missionary did not end because he is imprisoned, because, look, he was even winning over the people that were responsible for his captivity. And then he was writing a letter to an early church in a town called Philippi. A letter which we, 2,000 years later, are here talking about. I have to imagine that Paul was not thrilled with the circumstances that he was dealt at that moment. And yet, he's still making a difference thousands of years later because he was faithful. It can't be how he thought it was going to turn out. And yet, here's Paul in 2019 making an impression on all of us. You can never know until you look back on your life. And even then, you don't always have the opportunity to understand how everything came together in a much bigger plan. But especially when you're right in the middle of circumstances of life, it's easy to write it off like this is not how it's supposed to be, but maybe it's exactly how it's supposed to be. And what can you do to keep moving forward and to continue to make a difference? I am so thankful that our paths have crossed here today. I'm so thankful for your faithfulness and your determination and perseverance in going out there and making a difference in the world. I cannot wait to see what you do. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Brian. That was an amazing address with lots of wisdom in those words. So thank you again. It is now my pleasure to do this next little part. Dale, if you'll join me. It's my pleasure to present these students who qualify for graduation with their prospective degrees. The faculty and the Board of Trustees have approved that each of these students, upon verification of the completion of all requirements, will be awarded their appropriate academic degree. Will all of the candidates for graduation please stand?
by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Spring Arbor University, and under the laws of this great state of Michigan, I confer upon you the appropriate degree with all of the rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto.
We will now present individually the members of the graduating class to receive their respective degrees. Specific honors earned by each student will be read aloud and are listed in the graduation program. The gold stoles graduates are wearing signify those who have earned academic honors. Graduates, please be seated, and the faculty marshals will lead you row by row to the platform. Audience, as the graduates' names are read for presentation of degrees, we will have several opportunities for you to acknowledge them. First, as you applaud for your special graduate, we ask that you keep your celebration brief to allow for the name of the next graduate to be heard when it's announced. And at various times, we will pause and ask you to join in applause for our graduates.
Good morning. We begin with those who have earned a Bachelor of Arts from the School of Arts and Sciences from the Department of Art with a major in art. Shiraya Akamu, summa cum laude. Colleen G. Anderson. Rachel M. Birdsall. Rebecca J. Conley. Taylor W. Herber. Twyla J. Caparis. Emily R. Norton. Korea R. Shoemaker. Excuse me, that was Kyria. Nicole E. Steeman. Grace E. Comstock, cum laude, secondary education. Let's honor all of the art graduates. Now graduating from the Department of Biology and Chemistry with a biochemistry major, Rachel D. Forrest. Jessica E. Walker. Alexandra Barclay. Cassandra E. Besteman, magna cum laude. Ian D. Fulton, cum laude, secondary education. Richard T. Maple. Graduating with a biology graduate school prep major, Natalie G. Anderson, summa cum laude. Graduating with a biology health careers major, Hunter A. Hawkins. Josie L. Niebuhr. With a chemistry major, Allison E. Kaiser, cum laude, secondary education. Grant M. Koppelberger, cum laude. With an environmental biology major, Michael D. Tebow, magna cum laude. Nicholas A. Vanderstelt. Let's honor the biology majors. Now graduating from the Department of Communication and Media with a communications major, Cheyenne S. Fox, summa cum laude. Christian A. Peterson. Nathaniel D. Salisbury. Sarah J. Sixberry, cum laude. Ethan W. Sox. Hannah M. Suter, summa cum laude. Megan E. Yule, summa cum laude. With a digital media video film major, Eric T. Freeman, Jr. Ryan T. Sisk. With a drama major, Anna L. Bauman. Aaron D. Couch, magna cum laude. Ellery K. Hughes, double major in psychology. Simone J. Searcy, cum laude. Brina J. Foster. With a speech drama major, Molly A. Turner, secondary education. With a visual communications major, Michael Paul McCanna Gippert. Let's applaud all of those communications, speech, and drama majors. Now graduating from the Department of English with an English major, Colin W. Carolan, double major in philosophy. Elise K. Emmert, summa cum laude, double major in philosophy. Victor J. Habenstricker, cum laude. Jordan L. Moore, cum laude, double major in psychology. Joy P. Richter, magna cum laude. Jillian A. Scroggs, secondary education. With a language arts major, Jason D. Ligori, magna cum laude, elementary education. Nathaniel D. Sitkevich, cum laude, elementary education. Let's applaud all of those folks. Now graduating from the Department of Health, Human Performance and Recreation with a Health and Exercise Science major, Christian D. Daw, summa cum laude. Zachariah H. Devon. Nicholas J. Evans. Catherine E. Galloway, cum laude. Natalie M. Glace. Dylan S. Hamilton, magna cum laude. Benjamin J. Habenar, summa cum laude. Ryan N. Lair, magna cum laude. Lauren O. Orr. Ashley N. Parker. Jenum J. Saylor. Faith N. Skidmore. Kendra N. Spencer, magna cum laude. Sydney R. Taylor. Christopher I. Triplett, cum laude. With an individualized major, Matthew J. Kovacic. With a sports management major, Rochelle M. Traffert. Let's applaud all of those majors. Graduating from the Department of History, Geography, Politics with a history major, Roland A. Gibson. Julia J. Meyer, summa cum laude, double major in English. With a social studies group major, Melanie R. Adema, summa cum laude, secondary education. With a social studies comprehensive major, Hillary O. Schrader, summa cum laude, secondary ed. And let's applaud those people. Now graduating from the Department of Mathematics, Computer Science, Physics with an actuarial science major, Paige M. Bell, cum laude, double major in accounting. Oceana A. Lamberts. Cody J. Litwiller, magna cum laude, double major in finance. With a computer science major, Robert S. Corser, magna cum laude. Emmanuel Martinez. Yeah. Connor J. Powell, summa cum laude. Kurt R. Reif. Kirsten S. Spiller, double major in psychology. With a mathematics major, April R. Kriebel, summa cum laude. Grace D. McCoy, cum laude, elementary education. Stephen T. Sallow, magna cum laude, secondary education, double major in social studies, secondary education. Kelsey M. Spayman, magna cum laude, elementary ed. Morgan G. Urshalitz, magna cum laude, elementary education. Jonah E. Williams, secondary education. With a physics, math, pre-engineering, Patrick G. Knowles, cum laude. Let's applaud those folks. Now graduating from the Department of Music with a music major, Andrew D. Bowling, summa cum laude, double major in mathematics. Joshua P. Daniels, cum laude. Lisa J. Emmert, magna cum laude. Shalom I. Cross. One more applause for the music, folks. Now from the Department of Psychology with a psychology major, Curtis A. Calhoun, Jr. Kimberly B. Erickson. Natalie K. Forney, magna cum laude, double major in Spanish. Anna K. Georgopoulos, magna cum laude. Jordan L. Hunt Grochi. Megan E. Jones, summa cum laude. Jonathan C. Klukos, summa cum laude, double major, philosophy. Natalie L. Marino, magna cum laude. Alexander M. Miller. Kara I. Shattuck. Cody A. Wendt. Now graduating from the Department of Sociology with a criminal justice major, Amy I. A. Bruce. Rachel C. Gould. Rebecca S. Green, double major psychology, excuse me. Samuel J. Head, magna cum laude. Michael S. Undersma, cum laude. Daki A. Phillips. Jalen R. Porter. Blake C. Tubbs. With a global studies major, Alec J. Davis. Let's applaud all of those folks. Now graduating from the Department of Theology with a Biblical Studies major, Joshua M. Ekman, summa cum laude. With a camping ministry major, Aaron H. Bray. Lisa N. Bricker, magna cum laude. Emily N. Burrell, cum laude. With a children's ministry major, Emily J. Wagler, magna cum laude. With an individualized major, Erica J. Fry, cum laude. With a pastoral ministry major, Erica M. Donahue. John H. Kroll. Trevor W. Marchand. Wendy A. Valentine, summa cum laude. With a philosophy major, Kenyon R. Smith. With a youth ministry major, Sean P. Delacourt. China A. Ekman, summa cum laude. Quentin E. Green. Autumn C. Gunther, cum laude. Emily R. Joseph, cum laude. Bryce J. Carafa, magna cum laude. Rachel L. Moulton, magna cum laude. Daniel J. Sharp, summa cum laude. Katrina A. Tovar, summa cum laude. Let's applaud those ministry people. Now graduating from the Department of World Languages with a Spanish major, Annika K. Hoekstra, summa cum laude. Joshua P. Scott, elementary education. Oh yeah, no wonder. Thank you. Matthew D. Winner, summa cum laude, double major in social work. Now graduating from the School of Human Services. Oh, excuse me. Let's applaud all of those languages people. From the School of Human Services in the Department of Social Work, graduation with a social work major, Meredith E. Archer, cum laude. Irina M. G. Bird, double major in psychology. Janelle B. Coy. Marissa L. Hemeke. Joy R. Jennings, summa cum laude. Shekinah L. Johnson. Hope R. Longenbarger. Haley L. Lutz. Geneva K. R. Marr, double major in psychology. Raymond C. Newroth. Rachel M. Patterson. Courtney M. Patton. Where'd I go? I'm sorry. I don't even see. Oh, there we are. Sorry. Courtney M. Patton, Abigail C. Thompson. Thank you. Sorry, Abby. Anna H. Trevarro. Yep. Got to get a picture. Let's do that again. Anna H. Trevarro. Jessica M. Van Hoevelen, summa cum laude. Amy C. J. Waldo, summa cum laude. Taylor L. Wallace. Joshua A. Warlick. Lauren N. Wilson. Let's applaud all of those folks. Now graduating from the Gainey School of Business from the Department of Accounting with an accounting major, Caitlin R. Carroll. Nicholas J. Losinger. With an accounting CPA major, Kyle T. Bartholomew, magna cum laude. Thomas D. Hamilton, summa cum laude. Luke A. McConnell, magna cum laude. Elliot M. West. From the Department of Business with a Business Administration major, Brooke E. Bonet. Lauren R. Blumenstock. Thank you. Terrence K. Brown. Cameron J. Conley, cum laude. Armandos R. Fisher. Paul M. Fox. Luke J. Hubbard. Rachel M. Nelson, magna cum laude. Emilio J. Perez. Nicholas R. Romano. Nicole D. Saxton. Kyla M. Simonis, magna cum laude. Zachary E. Smith. Benjamin J. Sutton, magna cum laude. Catherine J. Wiley. Aaliyah H. Winters. And with a Management Information Systems major, Benjamin S. Anderson. Todd E. H. Shelley. From the Department of Finance with a finance major, Noah R. Bentley, magna cum laude. Benjamin M. Chambers. Joshua R. Hadzma. Richard E. Harris. Luke K. Martin. Wee D. Wynn. Duncan S. Patterson, cum laude. Brianna K. Ravensway, magna cum laude. From the Department of International Business with an international business major, Cole A. McEldowney. Michelle, oh, sorry. Michelle C. Postiff, summa cum laude. From the Department of Marketing with a marketing major, Melody L. Bamford, summa cum laude. Kelsey E. F. Brannon, magna cum laude. Caitlin C. Clark, magna cum laude. Alexa J. Griffiths, magna cum laude. Haley J. Lord, cum laude. Let's honor the business folks. Now graduating from the School of Education with an early childhood education major, Amber J. Beal. Marissa D. Curry. Megan A. Gieselman. Angela R. Giles, summa cum laude. Kara R. Goss. Suzanne J. Hoff, summa cum laude. Brittany L. Kittinger. Shelby L. Pettigo, magna cum laude. Kevin T. Smith II. Rilla J. Snedden, magna cum laude. Hannah L. Sutton, cum laude. Shelby L. Savark. Ashley E. Trombley. Vanessa C. Batchelor, magna cum laude, with an elementary education major, Ariana L. DeMarco. Casey L. Elders, cum laude. Gregory A. Fuller, magna cum laude. Jenna R. Greenfield, cum laude. Emily R. Harwood, summa cum laude. Catherine F. Rutkowski. Austin J. Sprague. With a special education major, Morgan A. Carter, cum laude. Casey D. Follis. Alexandra L. Garcia, cum laude. Annika E. Stotz, cum laude. With a special education non-teaching major, Jeremy D. Goodson. Let's honor all of our grads.
On behalf of the Office of Alumni Relations, the Alumni Board of Directors, and the tens of thousands of alumni across the globe, it's my honor to officially welcome you into the Spring Arbor University alumni family. My name is Steve Castle, and I have the privilege of serving as the Director of Alumni Relations at Spring Arbor University. I've also been blessed to be shaped in profound ways by the faculty, staff, and other students while completing my undergraduate and master's degrees here at SAU. As Spring Arbor University alumni, we're all part of something much bigger than ourselves. We share in the heritage of world changers and kingdom shapers that spans back to 1873. And although your time as a student is now complete, know that we still desire to pour into you as you continue living out the unique calling that God has placed within you. Continue to utilize the Spring Arbor University faculty, offices, and alumni network. And now that you're on the other side, use your unique skills, passions, and expertise to pour back into the next generation of students, whether that's through serving on the alumni board, being a mentor for students, or fostering internship opportunities at your place of employment. Congratulations on this wonderful accomplishment. We're proud of you, thankful for you, and look forward to continually growing together.
Thank you, Steve. This has been a wonderful day. It's just getting started because I know you now get to go celebrate with your families. So what I want you to do now is, graduates, stand up, turn around, and find the people who are here with you. Just look at them and say thank you. All right, you may be seated. As we bring the ceremony to a close with our prayer that will be next with our campus pastor, Ron Capico, after the prayer, we're going to proceed with the recessional, and the graduates, you're going to proceed outside. So your families can join you outside when we're through. Ron Capico, please come and give us our benediction.
From Paul's challenge in Philippians 4, to stand firm in the Lord, my beloved. I invite you to receive this benediction. In that you have been equipped with the Word of God, empowered by the Spirit of God, indwelt by the Son of God, and now being graduated with the people of God, be constantly strengthened in the Lord and in the might that's found in Him, putting on the full armor of God so as to hold your ground against the strategies of the evil one. Stand firm, being girded with truth. Stand firm, equipped with the breastplate of righteousness. Stand firm with the shield of faith. Stand firm with the helmet of your salvation. Stand firm with the sword of the Spirit, that is the Word of God. Stand firm in the traditions in which you've been taught. Stand firm in the true grace of God. Stand firm in the Lord Jesus Christ, being able to resist the world while being able to discern the world in need. Stand firm in the gospel, going forth for the glory of God. Always part of His community of learners, always a serious student. Jesus Christ, always the perspective by which we learn. Critical participation, always the objective. Not just to be included in a core syllabus, not just etched on the corners of a clock tower, but by now etched by the Spirit of God on the corners of hearts and minds. Spring Arbor University graduates, do all things to stand firm, and to God be the glory and honor as you do. Congratulations and amen.